Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever time of day it is. I am the Layback Gamer, and today we're bringing you something a little different. Instead of going on to Elder Scrolls Legend, we're going on to another game, one of my more favored games, and it's just one that I could, do on my own. Don't have to worry about other people. It is Block Fortress Wars. Not a very popular game, but I will shut up as we read this. Actually, I'll let you guys read this. I've read this probably 100 times. So I decided to play this game as a bit of a switch up from the normal. There's another game called Block Fortress, and that is just basically you try to survive just hordes and hordes of people. No. I'm just being silent during the tutorial so that you guys may be able to read it. So, but yes, I decided to play this as a bit of a content switch up, and because I really like this game and I wanted to post it. Sorry. I do plan on also playing Block Fortress, which was a game that came before this, where it only consisted of really two races, you, a human, and Goblox, which is the race we're playing against. They didn't have any hero units, and it was basically just you try to survive as long as you can. And if you could go on forever, then good job. So the reason why I decided to play this was not because I was getting... Okay, this is... Hey, these guys... That is the Goblock hero. And the tutorial is kind of ended right here. So, I will try to just go through this, give you guys enough time to read it. If that wasn't enough time to read it, then, just pause the video and read it. So yeah, if you're reading the tutorial on this, it'll explain how to play this game. For those who don't, I'll tell you this. Basically, you are trying to destroy your opponent's fortress. You have a hero unit, and so does he. Unlike your opponent, which is an AI, you, the human, can control his hero, as well as have 3 different hero abilities, which I'll get into in a minute. Your own fortress spawns your troops that will help you, and your troops are customizable in this menu here. Here on the side is where all of our equipment is, and eventually we'll be able to buy more equipment and equip more guys, or not more guys, equip different items to our characters depending on what we're playing with. So first level, they really just give you the tools you need to succeed. You don't actually have to equip anything here, but it would be a good idea to set yourself up for future your encounters. So the ones I like doing is I like getting my number 1 to be a ranged and my number 2 to be a melee warrior. Each different equipment gives various different buffs, which you can see here. So let me just delete that. So armor, it also gives debuffs depending on. Armor will lower dodge all the way to 0%, decrease speed by... It will decrease the speed by 0.5, but it will increase our armor rating from 0 to 40. And when you're going melee, that's a good idea. The machete doesn't decrease anything, rather it increases our attacking and our piercing damage. So we're going to go ahead and equip that. And martial arts also increases our attacking slightly and our dodge chances. Now that's just the specific stats. If you just want to know what an item does, just click that question mark. And it'll just give you a general description of what each of them does. What each of the items do. For example, machine gun, a rapid firing weapon with a moderate range. As you can see here, it does give the range of 650 units. I'm not sure how many units equals 1 block in this game. I'm actually not 100% sure. It is not something I really test out. All I know is just how to play this. So let's get back into the action. Now, so that basically just said what I was about to say about the heroes. And that also explained what I was going to explain about. Oh my god. This tutorial is currently covering everything I'm about to explain, and doing it just before I'm about to explain it. Now what that may not have told you, I'm going to activate my ability called Inspire. Increases increases the damage, armor, speed, and speed of your hero and nearby units. So unfortunately, that's not nearby enough for it to affect them. But nevertheless, we will continue to strike. Now, our second ability, which we unlock, is Bodyguard, which... Well, that was something I forgot to mention. You want to try to capture as many resource nodes as you can, because your barracks, which is displayed at the top corner, will actually level. Our guy's in a bit of trouble. So let's summon some bodyguards to give us a hand. And as I was explaining, bodyguard summons a squad of soldiers that will follow your hero around. Now, we took this by a landslide, just because, well, I know how to... I've beaten this game several times, so this is more going to be more of a playthrough instead of a walkthrough or a first time through. Now that recommendation is for most of the new players. They would recommend going to each of these new worlds that we can go to and playing those levels first. And you'll see why when we hit a certain point. However, I'm pretty good at this game, and I know the specific towers I'll need in order to, or not towers, turrets, equipment, anything. I know the specific hit combination of stuff I will need in order to beat this game. So it is because of that, I'm going to hit play. I will show that in a few minutes. Yes, I know that. It's okay. I've played this before. So, normally I wouldn't be starting this because, well, normally in Elder Scrolls Legend, I would be ending about in 5 minutes, but I got it fixed. We're now gonna go. So if you guys are actually seeing this video, then, well, we did it. Well, I mean, I did it. I can upload videos longer than 15 minutes. And hey, what's that over there? You trying to bust in here? You should know better than to fight us gobs. I'm sorry, that was awful. I'm not even going to try that. I will try to voice over those little dialogues of line. And no, I'm tangling thoughts. Now, get out of the cave! Get out of the caves and kill them! I need to work on my voice acting. Let's give our guy... Let's inspire. And then... we're going to set up some fortifications over here. Nothing else that I could really use. So, actually, I'll go ahead and stack a little bit on top. And the reason why I left that hole in between there is so that our troops can run right through without worrying of climbing over stuff, going around. Basically, I don't want them to have to divert around, especially when, say, on later missions where I'm right here and then all of a sudden one of the enemy's waves spawns and I need backup, but they're still all the way over here because I had to get around my fortification I built here. Let's put up a few more machine guns. In this game, enough is never enough. Unfortunately, he's trying to chew through my defenses. I think I may have been able to save a turret. I didn't save the concrete block it was sitting on, but I was able to save. No! Back up. This is a good time for me to switch into my ranged. Let's spawn some bodyguards. And we're doing jobs a good one. So far, so good. Yes, let's get rid of that banner. These banners will actually buff up the Goblocks with a variety of different, well, buffs. And we don't want that. Alright, let's get a few melee fighters in. I'll actually make the attack move there. Uh-oh, this might hurt. Yeah, that hurt a lot. Stop that. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a couple more back here. Because that stupid Goblock got behind our front lines. Alright. They definitely improved the layout a little bit. Okay, let's get out of there before we end up biting the bullet. With our turrets, and with the addition of our extra troops, and an Inspire, that should be good. Let's get up there and kill that. So in this game, you really want to watch what you at play. What equipment you have, how you use your hero, which abilities you activate from time to time. There's a lot that you have to watch out for. And eventually it'll become evident, but well, actually, this game was a perfect example, but where you move on the map, because as you notice, as soon as I crossed, let me just pause this, as soon as I crossed this point here, that triggered an event. You know, we broke inside the fortress, so now they had to send the Goblocks after us. That was cooped up in reserve. And so we got, and if we say didn't have, well, that was quick. Say we didn't have the fortifications at home, we wouldn't have been able to hold that very successfully. So I believe I might have enough time to do one, maybe two more. I don't have the turrets. I want to be able to move on from 40 to 60% on Gobbo, so we are going to have to check out one of these new planets. Actually, I'm going to go home first, and here's where you can buy all sorts of different stuff. So we can buy new heroes, which we will eventually be doing. We can buy new blocks. So for now, we got the flamethrower and the mortar available. Personally, I like the flamethrower, especially against large groups of enemies, because it does good at AoE damage. And in terms of weapons, I also like getting the flamethrower. So now we're back down to 100 resources, which is okay. Don't like the targeter too much. And the last thing you can buy in here is items. And pardon me a second.